Kablam! Hello. Hopefully this is... Yes, it is working. Okay. Okay. And I just want to make sure, but I think if I... Sorry for the sounds. Yeah, okay, we're good. We're good. Hi. Hello. We're good. Just, gotta make sure it's the right microphone. Okay, there we go. That can go away. I can go back to the regular manager where I can just see your lovely chat and everything. Ta-da! Okay, cool. Hopefully, let me know if there was some like weird glitchiness appearing on my OBS side. Let me know if that's showing up. So if the screen is doing any glitchy stuff, tell me. I am getting a call from Scam Likely, my favorite caller. Thanks, Scam Likely. My best friend. Ah, yes. Scam Likely. They call me all the time. We have a great relationship. They call me and I ignore their calls. Anyway, okay. So let me know if there are any hello. It's lovely to have you here. Welcome, 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 welcome to the stream. I need to make things. I am under a deadline. This is my cranberry juice. This is Bitsy. It would be over here, I think. Over this way. If I have my camera position correct, I think Bitsy is over here. So anyway, so it's over here. So this is Bitsy. Bitsy's really cool. It's a great game maker. Let me know if, of course, if any of the sound is weird or if there's any glitchiness with the screen. Like I said, the OBS was showing some weird glitchiness with the screen, but I think it should be good. I think it was just OBS being wacky with like the way I had my different screens positioned on there. So I think we're good. I'm pretty sure the output, like I checked the output, and I'm pretty sure the output is all set. So I'm hoping we're all set. Hoping we're all set. Hoping being the key term in that sentence. Okay, anyway. This is Bitsy. This is Bitsy Game Maker. Woo! Bitsy is awesome. It's a wonderful, wonderful tool. Would highly recommend anyone for the first time making games, check this out. It is a great tool. So I have a vague plan for today because I figured, if I'm going to try and make a game in, count it, 2.5 hours, on the clock, then I need to come up with at least a vague plan before I jump right into it, right? So the vague plan is it's going to be really small, obviously, and it's going to be a game basically where you are making a sword for your girlfriend, partner, whatever, something along those lines. It's queer, obviously. How could I make a game and not have it be queer? Clearly. Anyway. So we're just going to get right into this. The basic gist of Bitsy, I'm not going to take too much time to explain it, I don't think. And it has been updated a little bit, it looks like, which is nice. But basically, you have rooms here. So I'm going to make this room. This room is going to be the smithy. And we're going to make this room, I want to work with... what am I placing right now? I'm placing tiles. Okay, so I want to... the nice thing about Bitsy is, you can get the gist of it pretty quickly. Like, you can see, like, oh yeah, like I'm placing things, right? And I can place things depending on, what is currently selected over there and what I'm currently, working with in terms of, like what items I have working, like what working items I have over here. It's really wonderfully simple. So anyway, let's see. Basically what I want to do is, when I outline some of these things. So got to make some items for this thing. The idea of this game is like you walk into the smithy and you're like, hey, need to make sword for my partner, and please help, dear blacksmith, please help. Let's see, I had a sprite that I used. Oh gosh, like this is the thing, right? At the end of the day, really, like coming up with the art for the sprites is always, I think, honestly, like the most, just it's the most time consuming part of this, right? So you think about it. And you can do little animations, 2-frame animations for these. You can do longer than 2-frame. But if you want to do longer than 2-frame, you either need to do it through a hack or through the actual game data, which is mostly how people do it, which is how I did it for my other Bitsy, the first Bitsy game I did, which was a very lengthy process. I don't recommend doing it that way. Or if you do it that way, I at least recommend using some other tools. I didn't use other tools. I was a fool. I was new to this whole thing. I'm still kind of new to this whole thing. Okay, and the thing is, when you're working with like a grid like this, you're kind of like, okay, how do you even do this, right? I don't know, like, I want this character to have like a ponytail, maybe. And congrats on the first, by the way, Emily. Honestly, you know, like that's fine for now. Just to have just to have that. Just to have that. That's fine. And then it can just be like a 2-frame. See, I don't want those. I don't want those there. It can just be a 2-frame, like... Nah, that doesn't make any sense. 2-frame bob with the ponytail doesn't really work either. And just not animate it. Anyway, so right now, like, all you do is if you play it, you just move around. And right now, these walls don't even stop you. So that's it. You just move around with the arrow keys, and simple as that. Okay. So what we want is hello, stop the game. I want to be able to, sorry, what just happened? Why did everything change colors? Did my palette move? There's only one palette. What happened? There we go. Don't know how that happened. Okay, anyway. So what I was thinking for this is pretty simple. So we got basically... We'll need some sprites, right? We'll need, sure, let's have a cat because everything, there always needs to be a cat hanging out. Actually, the cat should be over here. And then let's add another sprite, and this needs to be the Smith. And the Smith needs to look like, I don't know, Finn the Human, right? I just watched Adventure Time. So this is Finn the Smith. And Finn the Smith is obviously going to have dialogue. So Finn the Smith is going to be like, when you walk up to Finn the Smith, Finn is going to be like, hey, I heard, hi. I don't know what the main character's name is yet, but like, hi, I heard you wanted to make a sword. Or I heard you wanted to make a sword as a gift. What kind were you thinking of? What kind were you thinking of? And then I think we could like Smith dialogue. Ooh, cool. Okay, so now we can go over to Smith dialogue. Yeah, see, these are new options. Okay, so now we can add some dialogue options. Lists. No. I mean, there won't really be dialogue options. That's a hack, isn't it? Are dialogue options a hack? Bitsy hacks. There's a whole list of hacks. There's a whole bunch of hacks. Bitsy hacks. Or no, I should just go Borksy. So Borksy is a big Bitsy hacking tool. Everyone that uses Bitsy should definitely get into Borksy. Because what it also contains is a whole bunch of... So basically, this Borksy is like a big packaging tool where you throw Bitsy and any hacks that you want in together with it. Dialogue choices. There we go. Last binary dialogue choices. So I definitely want to include this. Dialogue choices options. Okay. README. There we go. So this is lovely. Adds a dialogue tag, which allows you to present the player with binary dialogue. Come on, I want to read this whole thing. Choices. Usage. Choice. Okay, so you use it like this. You go choice. Option 1, result of picking option. Option 2, result of picking option. Green text, choice. Response 1, answered option 1. Response 2, answered option 2. Okay. Right. So you can combine this with dialogue jump. Basically, with these two, lies dialogue jumping from one dialogue entry to another, you can make some pretty complex dialogue trees. Okay. So I don't know if I even want to do this, but this would be one way to do it, right? We could make multiple options, but I think instead, this would be kind of like an extension, right? I don't have enough time for that. So instead of doing that, instead of doing like what kind did you want, although that would be really cool. It'd be really cool to offer like different kinds of swords, right? And then like for each different kind of sword, like you get like a different kind of steel and like a different kind of handle and like a different kind of, like stuff like that. I think that would be really cool, but not enough time to make that. So that's fine. So instead of doing that, we're not going to do that. But that's how you would do it, right? You would program that into the dialogue here, just using that the the directions in those hacks, and then you would just, once that gets all bundled up with Borksy, at the end it would just wrap it all up together. Pretty easy, nice, spick and span, done. I love it. Borksy is great. Bitsy is awesome. These are all great. And the nice thing is, the creators of these hacks are super responsive on all of the platforms that they are on. And there's a whole Bitsy Discord that's very useful as well. Anyway, these are all recommendations. All I'm trying to say is everyone should make Bitsy games. They're really cool. I heard you wanted to make a sword as a gift. Who is it for? Okay. And then we can go add dialogue. Ah, I see. I see. I'm sure we can make something that will prove useful for her. Add dialogue. Okay, right. So you just add them. Add lists, cycle list, shuffle list, branching list. Right. So this is if there's... Look at that. Really cool. Okay. Nice. I am impressed with this new dialogue system. This is all new. This is new for the Bitsy Game Maker. This has been updated since I last saw it. Okay. I mean, it's pretty much exactly the same as the way it was before, but it is the way the UI has been set up is new, and it's really nice. Okay, cool. So I'm sure we can make something that will be useful for her, that will prove useful for her. All I need is all we need is, okay, we need to pick the metal, find some wood, pick the metal, find some wood, pick the metal for this blade, find some wood for the handle, find some wood and leather for the handle, and pick the metal for the blade, find some wood and leather for the handle, and come on, think of the sword, how that works, and get natural glue to hold things together. And get glue. Don't need the word natural. And get glue to hold things together. Okay, so then I want some text effects on these. So, because these are going to be like your mini quests, right? So color 1, metal. Wood is color 2. Leather, color 3. Glue, maybe I should make this still color 2. And get glue, color 3, to hold things together. Okay, cool. So then we have text colored in there. And so now if I come over here and I'm just gonna try playing this. Oh, wait, never mind. The avatar isn't even in there, so we need to put ourselves in the game. That's important. Otherwise it doesn't work. Shocker. Otherwise we can't do anything. Okay, cool. Hi, I heard you wanted to make a sword as a gift. Who is it for? Ah, I see. Okay, so the text breaks aren't working. I need to make sure that that works. Ah, I see. I'm sure we can make something that will prove useful for her. We need to pick the metal for the blade, find some wood and leather for the handle, and get the glue to hold things together. Okay, so I need to change the colors on that because white is currently set as color 3. So right now the color scheme is color 1, color 2, color 3, and those colors are set right now as the same colors as the rest of the color scheme on the screen, right? We have like dark blue, light blue, white, right? Which is the default color scheme, which is fine. But I'm going to want to change that later anyway. Bitsy allows you to use generally 3 colors as your base color scheme, and there are some hacks that allow you to expand that color scheme, but getting into those is like, oh, there's so many colors. And I mean, in a good way and in a bad way, because it introduces a lot of extra variables. So I am going to avoid those hacks specifically for now. I have very little experience with the color hacks. I have a lot more experience with music hacks and dialogue hacks and some other basic stuff. So anyway, okay, cool. So right now that's all we can do. I don't think the cat has any dialogue, except I'm a cat. Okay, cool. That's the default cat dialogue. So nice. So anyway, stop. Okay, so what we want to do. I need to add breaks in here. Because it didn't. See if I can add back dialogue, page break, start a new page of dialogue. There we go. Okay, who's it for? Okay, then we go X. Okay. Add dialogue, page break, add dialogue. Hopefully this works. There we go. I see. I'm sure we can make something that will prove useful for her. Okay. Period. And then we're gonna cut the rest of it. We're gonna add dialogue, page break, add dialogue. Okay, let's we need to pick the metal for the blade, find some wood and leather for the handle, and get glue to hold things together. Okay, and then add dialogue, page break, add dialogue. Do you think you're up for all that? Or can you, once you find all those things, items, once you find any of those items, not just all those items. Once you find any of those items, because I want the smith to have dialogue text for anything that you bring back, because I think that, I mean, that's easy enough to do here. Once you find any of those items, bring them back to me. And we can get started. Okay. Cool. Let's see how that plays. Okay. Da, 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 da. So we're going over here. We're going to the smith. Hi, Finsmith. Hi, I heard you wanted to make a sword as a gift. Ah, look, it highlights the page break. Oh, that's cool. Okay. I love this new dialogue system. Okay. Who is it for? Ah, I see. I'm sure we can make something that will prove useful for her. We need to pick the metal for the blade, find some wood and leather for the handle, and get glue to hold things together. Once you find any of those items, bring them back to me, and we can get started. Okay, see that worked. That worked exactly how I wanted it to. Good, good, good. So the only thing I want to change is those colors of the text. Great. Okay. So yeah, the only thing I want to change is the colors of the text, because the sprite color, I don't want it to be just blank white. That is not what we want, because this is still going to always reference color 1, color 2, color 3, no matter what we do, right? No matter what we do. So, so what I want to do is just, I want to change this from blank white to, let's make it something else. And besides, this is going to change. You know, I want this to have like kind of a fantasy, cottagey feel, queer fantasy vibes. So we're going to go with, you know, kind of a, I think kind of a Zelda-y, right? So maybe something like that. Does that look at all good? No, not at all, actually. That looks really quite bad, in fact. Okay. Good to know. Look at that. No. Bad colors. Oh, gosh. Ew. No, not what we want. You know, and that is, yeah. So even if we filled that in, which is kind of what it will be, it won't be, that's better. That pink still does not work. I don't want it to be, yeah, maybe somewhere in the tannish region. That could work. Right. Here. Okay, yeah, no, that works, right? I heard you wanted to make a sword as a gift. Who is it for? I see. Prove useful for. We need to pick the metal. That metal, wood, leather. Oh, and that just works out quite well. And the colors of wood, leather, and glue kind of sync with that, ironically enough. So I'm okay with that. Okay. Cool. And right now you can't really go anywhere, but this is cute. This is cute. Okay. I love Bitsy. I love Bitsy. It's so cute. It's so cute. It's such a cute little game making machine. So cute. Okay. Great. Okay. And let's just rename this color scheme, because it shouldn't be called Blueprint. It should be called Zelda Vibes. Okay. Cool. Okay, so other things we want in here. Well, this whole section should be open. This whole section should be closed. And then what we want is let's see. I want to have like, you know, some like a dirt path. You know, a dirt path leading up. So path You know, and this could be like a dirt path. You know, path 1. Right, this is really just for show, and just for funsies, just for looks. And then we'll add another one that's just path 2. And this is going to be more sparse. Again, like this is just to get that polish. There we go. Kind of, you know, showing that there's some sort of path here. There we go. Okay. And then I think what we're going to do is we're also going to have, you know, we need to have the blacksmith's tools, right? So we need the grinder. Now the thing is here is this is really where another color palette would come in handy, right? Where we get into the point where it's like, okay. Excuse me. Where having an extra bit of color would be useful. But we have another option. We do actually have 3 colors. So I'm almost wondering if, yeah, I can delete that drawing. I'm almost wondering if we might want to change the sprite color to be like a light blue, right? Lighter than that. Like a light blue, right? And then I want this over here. And I want avatar. Okay. It'd be really nice if I could paint with, you know, the blue and like a white even, just like one additional color. Gosh, right? One more color would be nice. I said out loud I wouldn't use one more color. I said out loud I wouldn't use one more color. How much work is one more color? How much work would one more color be? Probably a lot. How much work would one more color be? Now's the time to find out, right? Now's the time to find out. It's not even in Borksy. Bitsy. Expanded palette. I didn't type that right, but I think it knows what I mean. Bitsy, expanded palette, yes, and Bitsy. No, I don't want freaking lip gloss. I want Bitsy. More colors. Bitsy, more colors. RPG Bitsy. Color images into Bitsy, room data to use in your projects. That's not what I want. That's just like image to Bitsy. There was a way. I remember there being a way. Bitsy, more extra colors. Bitsy extra colors. Bitsy more colors. Bitsy game maker. Bitsy game maker. I don't want to search for this too long, because I'm just kind of wasting time right now. Yeah, no. I'll do. I'll make do. That's fine. I'll make do. We're good. Right? Okay. So I could do it just with very close to white. Off-white blue. And I think the thing that I'm thinking of right here is that what I could do is I can't add another avatar, but I can add another sprite. Sprites use the same color palette as the avatar, and the avatar, right, is that I can then add, like, let's say here, I can add a workbench. I can add a workbench. And so this is workbench 1. And then I can add, workbench 2. And that'll just be like a continuation of that. Cookie cat, he's a pet for your tummy. So there we go, right? Like there's a workbench, kind of. And then okay, and then what I also want is, I want to make this one a wall. And then I also want to make Where did all these additional sprites come from? I didn't want additional sprites. Okay. There we go. Now I want additional sprites. Okay, so now I want Forge 1, right? And then this will be pretty much just a solid block of metal, except for over here. And then over here, Forge 2. So we're just building this out. Nope. There we go. Okay. Okay, something like that. And then we'll have a tile here that looks like fire, you know? Oop, no, I didn't want that. Fire. And it'll look like fire is the idea. It'll have an animation. Because all fire should be animated, right? That is a weird look for fire. There we go. That makes more sense. That's kind of like fire, right? Kind of. Da 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 da. Fire in the forge. Okay, there we go. So there's fire. And actually, I wonder if this is still accomplishable with the sprite color being that. And you know, it kind of is. It's kind of 100% okay with that. Okay. And then I want to get rid of these extra sprites. I don't know where they're coming from. Okay. We're gonna have another one, and it's gonna go over there, and it's just gonna be, this is gonna be basically a bucket of water. You know, how am I gonna do a bucket of water? Or a cauldron of water? This is my main question. How the heck am I gonna do a cauldron of water? Sure. I don't know. It's representational, right? It's representational art. Sure. And I want to make the door to the smithy because I want the smithy to have a door, like the door to the smith's house. Because I don't know, I want there to be a door, even if you can't go in it, you know? I feel like it should have a door, right? I'm not sure exactly how that's gonna work. Door. Nah, that's not how that should work. You can't like have it be sideways and, like the perspective has to be somewhat consistent. Like with the people that are, standing upright, like there's some forgivability with that. Like the interactables, there's some forgivability with that, but it's a door, like it's part of the scenery. So it doesn't make any sense to have that door be be tilted towards us or like sideways in perspective. That's weird. That's strange. That doesn't make any sense. So let's not do that. Let's just have it be, I don't know, like you know what? Doormat. This is just going to be... There's going to be a little mat in front of the door. It's going to be like a bless this mess mat or something like that. You know? Okay, cool. And then we need the anvil, right? Anvil. Every smithy needs an anvil. Well, not anymore, but you know. It used to be that every smithy needed an anvil. Anyway. So yeah, that should be near the forge there. And the water should be... there. And then we want to have... Let's make this the grindstone. And we want this to be... Gosh, I mean, like, that's the thing is, like, I don't know how this would look, from, like, that weird perspective. I could just make it from our perspective. So let's just do that. Yeah, that doesn't look much better either. This is the thing with like working with limited pixels, right? That doesn't look much better either. Chair. There we go. Now there's a chair and a grindstone. It's all wonderfully bizarre and simple. And you can move around it. Okay, cool. I'll take it. I will take it. I will take it. Cool. Cool. So now we need to make some more rooms and then make the connections between those. So I've made this. I need to basically now the smith fin, presumably. Although I suppose I could come up with an actual name for the smith and with for the person that you're making this sword for. Probably should at some point. Have some time to do that. Anyway, so now you have to go out to the broader world and find these things that Finn has asked you to find, right? I should write the game's title here. I don't know. The game doesn't have a title yet. So, you know, Finn asked you to find who's it for. I see. I'm sure we can make something that will prove useful for her. We need to pick the metal for the blade, find some wood and leather for the handle, and get glue to hold things together. Once you find any of those items, bring them back to me, and we can get started. All right, cool. So right now our quest is to find metal for the blade, wood and leather. So the other thing that needs to happen here is in Finn's dialogue, there needs to be an action here where we need to have some sort of add item and variable options, set item count T. So sure, T in inventory equals 10. Okay, so this is going to be this T is going to be our way of keeping track of. So once you've gone through this once, T is going to be equal to 10, right? And T is never going to be equal to 0 again. T starts out at 0. T is going to be equal to 10 once you've gone through Finn's dialogue once. T is never going to be equal to 0 again once you've gone through Finn's dialogue, and it's never going to be like set equal to plus. You know, Finn's not adding to it. It's just Finn's setting it equal to 0 or equal to 10. So here's the thing. What I need to do is when you walk up to Finn, Finn needs to check if you have Smith dialogue. Okay. So I need to check an if statement. Dialogue, no, back. I need to check item and variable actions. No, I don't want this. I want an if. Exit at ending actions. Hmm. No, what I need is I need dialogue jump. I need dialogue jump, I think. Because what I need to happen here, is I need, if you've walked up to Finn before, I need Finn to say, to check, no matter what happens, I need Finn the Smith. This should be just Finn Smith. Now, right, this is Finn Smith. I need Finn Smith to check if... This is just running HTML. Which I think you can just insert JavaScript into HTML, right? It's not that hard. So what I need to happen is I need Finn to check if you have the variable t equals 10, aka if you have walked up to Finn before and talked to Finn before. And if you have talked to Finn before, then what I need to happen is Finn needs to say what you need to find. We need to pick the metal for the blade, find some wood and leather for the handle, and get glue to hold things together. Once you find any of those items, bring them back to me and we can get started. Basically, we don't need the beginning dialogue again, right? So we don't need that beginning bit. That's not what I want. Could just use this. Including inside conditionals. I don't need this though. I just need conditionals. But we already have conditionals, don't we? I thought they were already in this. I'm pretty sure they were already in this. I feel like I'm just not finding them. Branching list. Yes. Okay, there we go. Okay. Yep. There we go. Scrap that. Yes, scrap that dialogue. Scrap. Title. Dialogue 4. Scrap that dialogue. Smith dialogue. Okay. So I want a branching list. Right? Wait, hang on. Cancel. New dialogue. What are the other options? What's a sequence list? Go through each item once in a sequence. Well, isn't that just... regular stuff. Lists, cycle list, repeat items in a cycle. Okay. Shuffle list, shuffle items in a random order. I don't want that for sure. Branching list. Set variable value, dialog. Okay, so I feel like what I want is the branching list. I feel like what I want here is I want to go down to here. Okay, so I need to get a list. I need to get a branching list. And I need to, well, first off, I need to move this to the top. Of the whole gosh darn thing. Did it cycle down to the bottom? Because if so, that's funny. Okay, there we go. So now what I want is I want to, if T in inventory is equal to 0, then we can just go wish this was draggable. This should be drag and droppable, but okay. Can I not do multiple things? Then oh, I can. That's annoying. Okay, this is fine. Okay, I basically have to reconstruct this whole thing. That's annoying. Fine. Okay. Cut. Okay. Add dialog page break. Add dialog. There we go. So we're making progress. We're making this happen. It's gonna happen. We're gonna get this dialog logic. It's gonna happen. Okay. So then okay. And then dialog page break, add dialog. It's still all gonna happen like this, right? It's just all within this branching thing. Okay, so I can just delete that because I have a copy of it. Add item, set item count, T is 10. Dialog, page break, dialog. Okay, boom. Okay, there we go. So then we can delete this and we can delete this. Okay. And then on the else, we'll just go, oh, undo. Just go else that, and then add dialog, page break, add dialog, dialog. Boom. Okay. Okay, so if t is 0, we go through the full inventory. If t is not 0, then we go to that. Okay. Okay. I want to add another branch here, right? And that is, right, I want us to have, okay. So this sets it to 10. Can we change this to not an else? If t in inventory, then save. Okay. If item t equals that else. Okay, cool. Okay, preview. Okay, save. Else, is there something besides an else thing here is what I'm saying, right? Can we add another if statement? Add branch. Yes, we can. Okay. Item branch. Okay, and I want to move this up. If t is greater than or equal to 1, then. All right, so what we're going to do is, right, if t is 0, we go through the full thing. If t is more than 1, then we go through just the regular stuff. But if t is keeping track of us of, it's kind of weird having this thing named t. Okay, this will probably make more sense. Just 1, then t greater than the 1. Okay, cool. Just gonna put that there for now. Stop, and hopefully that all saved. Yep, it did. Okay, great. And let's try playing that and see what happens. Sort as a gift. Who's it for? I see how sure you can access and approve. So we should be able to go through all these dialog options, and then once we come back, so we go off on the quest. I haven't found anything yet. Come back. Ah, dang it. That should only activate if t is 0. No, that's something's wacky. Something's wacky. Because t should not be 0. T should be set to 10. T is equal to 10. If t is absolutely equal to 0, then okay, what's happening? So I wanna look at this again as it's happening. Okay. T should be set equal to 10 right now. It's not. Okay. Well, that's strange. So, maybe let's change it to something else. Variable A in inventory equals number 10. Okay, and then we'll check at the beginning if 0. No. Nope. Oh, thank goodness. Oh, that was almost really bad. Okay. I'm so glad this thing saves as you go. Okay. Browser data. I need A equal to 0. True. No. I need A equal to 0. If A equals 0, then do this. A is equal to 10. Okay? Else if A is greater than or equal to 1. Save. So if A greater than or equal to 1, then A greater than or equal to 1. Else that. And we need to put that after that in that box. Dialog, page break, dialog, and put this, kablam. Okay, here we go. I think this might work. I hope this might work. Please work. Please work. Okay, here we go. We're trying this out. Write your game's title here. That's the name of the game. Did you know the name of my game is Write Your Game's Title Here? All right, so we walk up to the smithy. Do you like the smithy? Okay. The normal text activates. Hired, you wanted to make a sword as a gift. Who's it for? I see. I'm sure we can make something that will prove useful for her. We need to pick the metal for the blade, find some wood and leather for the handle, and get glue to hold things together. Once you find any of these items, bring them back to me and we can get started. Yay, cool. Okay, now wander off, have my adventure. Oh, I haven't found anything. Let me come back. Chad, no! That is not what you're supposed to do. That is not what is supposed to happen. Why? I object. I'm having cranberry juice. I object to this. Okay, I'm moving on. I'm making something else. I mean, I'm not, I'm going to make a different part of this. Because this is cute, right? This is a cute little smithy. I'm pretty happy with this little, for the amount of time I spent on this. Look, you got the anvil, you got the forge. I should put little dialogue bits in them. Just like this thing says, I'm a cat. This should say, if you come over here, this should have a dialogue bit that says, it's the door into the smith's house. It appears to be locked. You know, this should be like the workbench, the forge, don't touch the fire, it's hot, anvil with tools on it, a water bucket, a grinding stone. Anyway, so options. Okay, cool. Okay, anyway. Okay, so we're going to make some other stuff. And we'll worry about the dialogue branching later, and the fact that it's not working at all is frustrating and annoying. And moving right along. Okay, cool. So let's see here. We already have path tiles, so this is a nice thing, right? Is I already have path tiles, right? So I can just kind of like, you know, there we go. See, now this is like 90% of this piece of the map done. So this is like the world outside, the outside, right? The outside world. Okay, cool. And then we're gonna make, I don't know, some freaking trees, right? Gotta make some trees. Okay, so let's make some tree trunk. Okay, and this is just gonna be like, tree trunk 1, and we're gonna make another tree trunk called tree trunk 2, appropriately. It's gonna be similar to tree trunk 1, shockingly. And probably another one, tree trunk 3. Okay. We'll make these, we'll go tree top. Actually, this will be, yep. Oh, I can only have one of each sprite. That's right. Shoot. Ah, but if they're items, I could have many of them. That's right. All right. None, and I don't want this item to be pick-upable is the problem. The thing with items is that they are usually pick-upable. Pick-upable. Which is going to prove to be a problem. Right? But I could do this one with a different, you know, a different color scheme. Although, okay. Top 4. This is just like making decorations. It's a forest of trees. Amazing. Six. Seven. Okay, so with that, I can construct a few more trees. Okay. There we go. Look at that. White fluffy trees. They're kind of cute. I'm okay with that. That's kind of cute. That's pretty cute, actually. Here's the problem. These are items, and right now you can pick up items. So, Bitsy. I want to make these items like so that you can't pick them up, right? But then the other items, I want to like specify which items you can pick up, you know? But the idea behind sprites and items and tiles and having those separated out is so that you can specify that, right? Is so that with the different categories you effectively specify that. Yeah. Anyway. Okay, and then I want to make your house. Home. Home. This one's going to use a lot of the same tiles as before. It's going to be pretty small but cute. It's going to have a little garden and such. So let's put some GF. I don't know what the GF looks like. But, you know, not like that. Hopefully, I mean, if your partner is an esoteric blob of Cthulhu-esque amorphousness, more power to you. Then that's pretty awesome, actually. Cool. And then what we're just gonna do is we're gonna have another type of tile, and this is gonna be flooring, and this is gonna just look like it's gonna probably look pretty much like the wall, except this one is gonna have like a pattern to it, I guess. Like a stone pattern, maybe? Maybe I can make some sort of interlocking thing. Yeah, that's not bad. Yeah, that's manageable. It's a bit much, but it's manageable. Okay. Okay. Ba 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 bum. Meow. Okay, there's a door. One, let's make door 2. Okay, yep. Okay, and then we're gonna have another doormat. Actually, yeah, let's make doormat 2. Doormat 2, doormat 2. Doormat 2. Okay. Okay, and then let's make some things that are in this house. So we have actually the cooking stove. So normally with a house like this, so what we would have is like sort of like the cooking portion of it, the cooking area of it would be in the center. Basically what I want is you go to the smith, you're like, hey, can I make a sword? The smith's like, yeah. The smith goes like, go out and get the things for me. And you go out and you get the things. And you get the things, and then you come back to the smith, and you make the sword, and then you go home and you're like, hey, here's a sword. And your GF's like, sweet. I'm gonna go fight. And you're like, go protect things and please come home safe. And then your GF's like, I will. And then that's pretty much it. And then there's like, I don't know, a bit at the end where like the GF's like, hi, I'm home safe. That's it. It's just like a little sword lesbians piece. I do not think I am myself a sword lesbian. As much as I sometimes would like to be. But you know, sword lesbians are valid and awesome. And I admire them. So this is, I guess, for all the sword lesbians in my life, of which there are actually quite a few. So yeah, okay. So we're gonna have to make the bed still. Right, so the bed's gonna be over there. It's awkward when you essentially have to make each tile separately, right? Bed 3, bed 4, right? And then you go like, yeah, like these ones, right? So like these ones will have like, I don't know, actually, honestly, like, that would be there. Bed 1. Just like trying to show the three-dimensionality of this thing, right? And you're like, how do you even do that, really? You know, I don't know. I don't know. Sometimes I do not know. Sometimes I do not have the solution to these things. Bed 5, and then let's duplicate that and make that bed 6. And put that there. And for bed 6, what I'm going to do is I'm going to continue this, except then here we're going to make a pillow. And bed 5, we're showing that that pillow continues. We're showing the continuation of pillows. The continuation of pillows. You know, showing the pillow continuation. Well, here's the thing, right? If you take the bed from 2D and tilt it back into 3D, then all of a sudden, like, the bed does not occupy all that space on the wall. So we have to go in and go like, okay, so even here, it's not going to occupy all that space on the wall. Right? Not the right tile. Right? Because that would be absurd. So there we go. I don't know. There's a bed, I guess. How do you make a 3D bed in a 2D space? Did the best I could. It's a 3D bed in a 2D space. Okay, cool. So there's a bed, and then we got a cabinet. With like stuff in it. You know, just a cabinet. Cabinets with stuff. Cabinet 1. We're going to duplicate that and change it up a little bit. And make it cabinet 2. There we go. So just some storage. And I don't have much time. No. Okay. And then we need I need to actually bring back in my fire. I'm going to need to bring back in my fire. So that's going to need to be there. And let's build this around it. So I'm going to need stove 1. Okay. I'm going to need going to be like that, basically. I mean, it's like a fire pit, right? It's like a fancy fire pit. I'm going to duplicate that. Stove 2. And this one's just going to be right here. And be like there. I'm worrying too much about the aesthetic of this when I should be worrying more about the dialogue and the items and the things you actually do, because that's more important. So maybe I should do that. Maybe I should do that. Maybe I should do that. This is what I often do with games, is that I'll worry about the aesthetic. I'll get caught up in how the thing actually looks instead of how it, like, you know, how it presents instead of how it functions. Okay. But you know what? That's okay. So let's add those items. So even though I still don't know, I want to figure out a way to get these trees that you can't just pick up the tree, because right now you can just pick up the tree, which is weird. I want to fix that, and I'm not sure exactly how to do that, but for later, actually, what I really want to do is because the thing is that the thing with items is the thing with items is the color scheme, right? It's the problem. So this is just going to need to be a tile, right? So this is going to be wood. It's just going to be right. I don't know. Does that look like wood? Not really. Maybe I should shape it differently. Like, how do you do this? How do you do this? How? How? No, I don't know. Yeah, something like that. But, like, not like that. Right? So, like, we could put a couple of them, like, one right here. So I want to get that to be, like, more like... Yeah, it's just sticks, right? They're just nice, big sticks, basically. It's just wood. It's just wood. So I want that. I don't know. It's over here. And then... I need to make the connections between the worlds. Exits and endings. Okay. Okay. Exit. Move. Okay. So if we play this, let's see what happens. So if I go over here, and can I go back? Yes, I can go back. Okay, it is a return exit. Nothing happens if I go anywhere else. But if I go over there, sweet. And I can pick up the trees right now. That's the weird thing. I can harvest the treetops, which I don't want to be able to do, because otherwise it looks like I'm encouraging deforestation. So right now it looks like I'm encouraging deforestation, which I am not trying to do. Can't pick up the logs. You cannot pick up the logs, and you can pick up the treetops. Again, not what I want. This is not a game about deforestation. So let's see if we can change that. Let's see if we can change that. Okay. There's a way I can do this actually. Is I can change the palette, maybe. So if I change the palette that it uses, then I'd have to switch everything over though. That would take some time. Is it a viable solution? Is the question, right? Here's what I'm thinking, right? If I switch the palette over, if I change the palette, because I can change the palette per room. I can make the palette of one room, the 3 colors of one room, switch to the next. So what I could do is I could keep the same 3 colors, but swap their positions, right? So have, right now, what's the sprite color and the tile color and the background color, like flip around. So specifically the sprite color and the tile color, flip. So what you'd get is I can close that. So if the sprite color and the tile color flip, the sprite color and the item color are always the same. So if the tile color and the sprite color flipped, then what we basically get is, I mean, I'd have to redo all the patterns for this page, which would be a lot of work. It would be annoying, and I would not be able to do it in a half hour. I'm not going to be able to finish this Bitsy game in a half hour. I laid out the foundations for it, which is a fair bit. But right, if I swap the palette there, then if I swap the palette, then I think I can make that work. Yeah, I think that can work, because then what would happen is the only annoying thing then would be that every tree trunk would have to be an individual. Now, I can right now, actually, here's the thing. I can right now make it so that the trees, without palette swapping, actually, that's the fastest way of doing it. I can right now make it so that the trees work just fine. All I need to do is take the palette things from the item trees, the tree items over to sprite items, and they won't be walkable. But that's fine. You can still path through most, if not all of this. Yeah, just fine. And then I just need to make sure that there's no dialogue for them. Right. So that's fine. That's doable. Okay. It's a lot of work, but that's fine. Okay. Yeah. So, okay, so let's do it. So tree top 1. So actually what I should do then is just swap them all out with teacups. Until such time as I swap them in with sprites. Okay. And then we're going to duplicate this, tree top 2. I should just get rid of the teacups, because otherwise there's going to be teacups under the sprites technically. which is awkward. Okay. Okay. We're getting there, we're getting there. I think my goal right now then is for you to be able to at least bring items back to Finn and for Finn to be able to react. You know, even just forging the sword, let alone bringing it back to your partner. Okay. I see why they keep getting added. It's because whenever Finn pops up, it's really easy to hit add sprite. Okay. Okay. There we go. And we're going to go over to... you know, doesn't really matter. It was pretty much eyeballed, so... And this way they'll all be different. Which one was the bill before that? It was 9, this is 10. I duplicate tree top 11. And let's add some variation. Sure. Why not? Tree top 12. So I'll go over here. Tree top 13. This one will have to have a variation because the tops of these were almost universally farther. There we go. Okay, duplicate tree top 14. Okay, duplicate tree top 15. Duplicate tree top 16. Okay, there we go. Duplicate tree top 17, and then we're gonna get rid of that entirely. Put it on the side here, and we're gonna go up. Oh, there we go. Duplicate tree top 18. Duplicate tree top 19. Duplicate tree top 20. Just doing this process over and over and over and over and over and over. Anyway, very exciting. Hope everyone's doing well. I can't remember if I did 21 already. Yes, I did. Cool. Okay. Okay. So. Seven, 27. Ah! Oh gosh, now I have to go back and figure out which one that was. There we go. Okay. Cool. Be nice to have like they should have fluffiness. Right now they just kind of pointiness. I want to give them a bit more fluffiness to them. Okay, there we go. Giving them a bit more woof woof. Woof woof? You know what I mean. Okay. There we go. Now they're a bit more fluffy again. A little bit more. 28. $30. Okay. And only one more to do. No, two more. Okay. Almost done with these trees. Top 34. Almost done with these trees. Almost done with these trees. Almost done. Almost done. Okay, there we go. Done. Trees are done. Thank goodness, that took a long time. And now, if I go over here, I cannot collect the trees. I cannot collect the trees, which is good. We don't want to be able to collect the trees. Okay. Yay! Yay! You can't collect the trees anymore. Thank goodness. Okay. Cool. Next. Okay. Next thing is making that log collectible. And that can be resolved by how can that be resolved? I don't know if I can do that with a log. I think I have to make it an item. But I really want to just be able to do that. I just want to be able to do this. you know? I just want this, right? I don't think I can. Because the only things that have this texture are tiles. Oh, also, if I play this room right now, I can go through the trunks, can't I? I shouldn't be able to do that. Let's make all the trunks walls as well. Okay. Yeah. Cool. Okay. So what I want is you know what I can do is I can put an item under here. I can put an item under here. So I can put an item under here that's just this. It's just a dot and it's wood. I want the tile above it. Are the tiles always below? Items? Yep. Oh, and I can get rid of these item trees. They're just cluttering up my game code right now. So, all right. There's one way I can think of to do that, and that is JavaScript from dialog hack. Like off the top of my head, like JavaScript from dialog hack, you know, so we do JavaScript from dialog hack, and then we do JavaScript dialog hack, and then just go basically this would let it would let me swap the room. I could just swap the room. But even that would be, it would be a hack. It would be from dialogue, you know, right? If I did that, it would be a whap from dialogue. Anyway, let's just do it as a item for now. I don't want T. Don't want to block there. Item. Wood. All right. Some wood you can use for a handle. Great. Okay. I bet this is still not working. We can get started, and yep, still not working. Okay. Now I can go over here, pick up the wood. And it should show in my inventory, or does it not show my inventory automatically? Wood 1, yes, it does automatically show my inventory. Cool, 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 cool. The switch of direction on there is not great. I should have it always spit you out to... Yeah, I'll have to change the directions on that. I'll have to have it always spit you out to one of them because like I'm pressing when I'm walking this way, I'm pressing right arrow key, right. So I'm pressing the right arrow key to tut, and if I keep pressing that once more, once I arrive here, right arrow key, and it sends me through another exit to go back, right? And it's just an infinite loop of switching back until I actually, press down. So anyway, and this having wood won't change that dialogue yet, so we need to make sure that that changes the dialogue. Exits and endings. I want to have an exit. Making a game in 2 hours is basically impossible. Especially with the scale of games that I tend to do. Honestly, I should have made it like a one-room Bitsy game. That is on me. That is on me. Exit. Move. Okay. So theoretically now I should be able to go from here to here and back. Bone, apple, teeth. There we go. Okay. So we can at least move about in the different places. Rooms are all connected. Now what we need is the dialogue logic. That is pretty important. So let's get some dialogue logic in here, please. I still don't know why that isn't working. And I'm still upset that it isn't working. Because it should be. And right? Set counts that the player starts with. Yeah, I don't know why that's not just... at the very least, you think it would just like go to the else, right? Okay, so here's what happens. Here's a question. What if I immediately set it to 2? What if I immediately set it to 2 and then hit start? That's a great question. Is it even testing for the variable successfully? It is. Okay. Okay. So it is successfully testing for the variable. And I was trying to change that, but it didn't change it. It's a 2. Hide code. Yep, please. Okay, come on. It should not be doing that. That's not what it should be doing. It should be going to else, because A is 1, so it's not greater than or equal to 2, but it is not 0. It should be going to else. Weird. I'm gonna have to play around with that. Anyway, my time's up for the day. I have to go. This is not a complete game, in case you can't tell. But you know what? We're going to try and see if at least I can make this in 6 hours. So I'm going to do as little work on this behind the scenes as possible. Most of that, I think, is just going to be troubleshooting this variable thing, because I just want to figure out this variable thing, because I don't know why that's not working. So I'm just going to go to the Bitsy pages and see what the heck is going on with that, and why this is not, like, figure this out, because this feels like a problem that could potentially take hours and hours and hours out of development time, and I don't want it to. You know, that's just annoying. That's a bug. It feels like a bug. It looks like a bug. So let's squash it. So I'm going to go to the dev pages and figure that out. Or not the dev, you know, all that jazz. But then next week, Wednesday, I'll be back to finish this up, hopefully. Because not a whole ton we got to do. Basically, finish up this room over here, get some dialogue in for the partner, and figure out the item stuff. But this whole area is done. So, you know, most of the scenery is all set. It's just getting that dialogue in, sprinkling on a little flavor. It's all set. So we will see you next week. Have a lovely day. And, you know, stay queer, as always. And, oh, have I been ignoring the... Oh, there has been chat. Oh my gosh. Hey, hello. Yes, have a great day. Thanks for popping in. Enjoy your day. And I'll talk to y'all in the next one. Follow buttons, all that jazz really helps me out. We're going for that hype 100 follower pizza party. So get on that follow train if you haven't already. Please and thank you. And yeah, bye. Stay queer.